Oh no, don't block. No way. No way. Oh my god, Madden fucked us. Madden fucking fucked us, boys. Oh my god. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sean here, and welcome to my first realistic rebuild. And for this one, I'm going to be doing the New York Jets, just because of my familiarity with the team, as well as it was the first team that I did for my fantasy style rebuild. So I'm kind of keep tradition alive, I guess, even though it's really it's whatever. But anyway, let's hop right into it. First of all, I'm going to cut Ryan Fitzpatrick's bitch ass because he sucks. Save us $13 million. And I'm going to go make a free agent signing, as is tradition. And we're going to have Eugene Monroe play left tackle for us. I also signed Will Hill. He's going to play free safety because I'm going to trade away Marcus Gilchrist. I'm also going to trade away David Harris, which is going to be kind of sad because he's been a very long mainstay in middle linebacker for the Jets, but he is very old. He's like 32, and he's kind of declining a bit. But the rest of the team is going to stay, for the most part, pretty similar. So let me just go over the roster, and I'll show you some significant cuts that I'll make. Brandon Marshall, I'm going to add him to the trade block. May not trade him. I haven't decided just yet. But as for quarterback, Christian Hackenberg is going to be our starting quarterback this year. And then we're going to have Matt Forte and Bilal Powell, the two-headed running back attack, as I cut Brandon Burks. And then at fullback, we got Chris Swain, who is pretty trash, but actually, he is pretty trash. We'll keep him, though. The receiver, of course, we have Eric Decker, Brendan Marshall, Quincy Enunwa, Robbie Anderson, who I like a lot, Devin Smith, who I'm actually going to cut because he is just garbage and he's never going to amount to anything. Just kind of sad to say. And then rounding out the receiving core is Jalen Marshall and Sharon Peak. Then looking at tight end, we got Austin Safarian Jenkins, who's going to be our starter. And for whatever reason, he usually develops pretty well in Sims. So he may end up being our tight end for the entire duration of the rebuild. And then on to the offensive line. As I said, Eugene Monroe is going to play left tackle for us. I'm going to be cutting Ryan Clady because he is trash. Moving on to left guard there, we got James Carpenter. He's going to be probably here for quite a while. As my boy Zach gets online, Nick Mangold, of course, is going to be our center, at least for this year. He may get cut or traded or something next year, but for now we're going to keep him. Moving on to right guard, Brian Winters is very solid. He had a really good year for the Jets this past year, and he's really developed into a pretty solid starting alignment, so we're going to keep him for the time being. Brina Giacomini is just utter trash. Cutting him will save us quite a bit of money. And then also going to cut Ben Ijalana, who the Jets actually just signed to some ridiculous extension for a crap backup alignment, but that's my armchair GM opinion. And then the D-line, of course, we have Muhammad Wilkerson, Sheldon Richardson, and Leonard Williams. Williams, I'm actually going to move to right end, but I'll do that later. And then I will move Wilkerson to D-tackle. As soon as I sign him to an extension, I just want to get him a little bit cheaper because D-tackles in this game are just ridiculous with their asking price. And then at middle linebacker, we're going to be trading David Harris. I kind of skipped over Jordan Jenkins, but he's going to be our starter at left outside. He is a rookie. Hopefully he can do pretty well for us. And then, like I said, we'll be trading away David Harris. So I am playing a 3-4. So the two starting middle linebackers will be Darren Lee, another rookie. Hopefully he can win Rookie of the Year. I do like him a lot, but he had a pretty rough rookie campaign. And then Aaron Henderson will be the second middle linebacker for us. Then right outside, we got Lorenzo Malden the fourth, who is in real life kind of more of a situational pass rusher than anything else. He's usually solid for me in Sims. He's not the best, but definitely not the worst player on the field, in my opinion. Then on to the secondary, as Zach invites me to a party. We are going to be keeping Darrell Revis. Still a 79 overall. He does have superstar development, so he's not going to go to utter shit very soon. And then Buster Screen, I'm just going to keep him because he's kind of the second best option that I have at this point. And then Marcus Williams, who's pretty solid. He's better at safety, but his tackling is just piss poor. So I'll keep him at corner. Probably won't even re-sign him. But then at free safety, Marcus Gilchrist is getting traded. He's on the trade block. We're going to have Will Hill play free safety for us this year. While I'm at it, I'm going to cut Antonio Allen because we don't need him, and he's not very good. So I might as well, actually, once I finish the roster, I'll explain how this works. In the strong safety, we got Calvin Pryor III, which he usually develops pretty well. I've gotten him to like an 87 before somehow. And then kicker, we got Nick Folk, and Lachlan Edwards is our punter. So I'll explain real quick how this is going to work. It's going to be very different from my fantasy style rebuilds in that I'm only going to be using the trade block for trading players. I'm not going to be going out and manually finding, ridiculous trades to make. I'm not going to rule out manual trades altogether because there may be some kind of realistic thing that I decide is going to help us out and help the other team, and it's going to be something that I could see happening because blockbusters do happen every now and then. Like we just saw with Brandon Cooks going to the Patriots, which fuck the Saints for doing that. But it is very rare, so I'm going to be sticking to the trade block for the most part. So whatever offers the CPU decides to send me for my players, I can accept anything. And then free agency, anybody's up for grabs. I can sign whoever in free agency, but we're mostly going to be building through free agency and the draft. So what else? I guess I'll show you the XP sliders. I have everything at 150 across the board. I've kind of spent the last month trying to find good XP sliders. I've kind of messed around with everything at 200, but that's a bit too high. I've used T-Dog sliders from over at Operation Sports, and those are not the best, in my opinion. The O-line is way too high. Some other positions are way too high as well. But with that being said, let's go ahead and sim to next week. See what offers we get for Gilchrist and Harris, and then go ahead and go to the regular season. So somehow we actually won a game. Oh, wow, we actually got an offer for Marshall. That's kind of surprising. Usually don't get any. But for Marcus Gilchrist, we're going to accept this offer from the Texans. Second round pick next year, and then a 5th and a 7th this year. We'll gladly take that. And then for David Harris, I've done this so many times, I know which trades I'm taking already. I'm going to be getting a 3rd round pick from the Colts for this year. And then I'll see what offers I have for Marshall. I usually don't get offers for B. Marsh. Okay. The Vikings and the Rams seem to be the best so far. Their 1st round pick anywhere? No. Alright. Where would I want to send him? Vikings, Rams. Oh man. Alright. Hold on. Which one's better? Alright, I'll send him to the Rams. They seem to be offering me quite a few picks next year. I usually don't end up trading Marshall in the first year, but he actually usually ends up retiring after the first year as it is. So we'll see how this goes, especially with Hackenberg starting at quarterback. Hopefully that won't hinder his development too bad. And hopefully, actually, the main goal is that it'll get Robbie Anderson involved more and help his development. So with that, I'm going to go on to the regular season, and I'll probably be back with you guys when I re-sign some of my players, and then after that, we'll go to the midseason. So before I end up actually going to the regular season, I'm going to make my first trade. We're going to be getting Justin Hardy from the Falcons in exchange for a 5th round pick this year. He was on the trade block, so this is like the kind of trade I'm talking about. Anybody that is on the trade block is up for grabs if I want him. Justin Hardy's a guy I like a lot. He went to ECU, which is the school that I go to, if you did not know that. Um, but, I mean, the guy he goes up and gets it, you know? He's a pretty good receiver in my eyes. A little bit underused in Atlanta just because of their receiving core is just so good as it is. But with that, we've kind of filled out our roster. And now I'll go to the regular season. So here at the start of the regular season, we're going to be very conservative and aim for 7 wins this year, and I doubt we're even going to get that, honestly. But moving on, I guess you guys have probably already seen this, but this is what the final depth chart for season number 1 is looking like. You guys can pause it. Not much has changed, if at all. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sim a little bit and re-sign Muhammad Wilkerson and then go to the playoffs. Or mid-season, actually. Mid-season. Alright, so we do end up extending Muhammad Wilkerson for a 4-year, $27.5 million contract. So we're now on to the midseason. Alright, so here at the midseason mark, we are sitting at 1-7, and we are garbage. We're losing to the Browns out here, 31-23. The one team that we did beat was the Steelers, and I don't know how we managed to pull that off, but they were 0-4 at the time, to be fair. Taking a look at stats, though, Hackenberg's having kind of a rough year, although it's to be expected. Almost 1,900 yards, 10 touchdowns, 9 picks, completing 61% of his passes. Matt Forte, 514 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 fumbles, though. It's gross. Receiving is about where I would expect. Quincy Enunwa was leading the team in catches and yards. Decker and Robbie Anderson each have 3 touchdowns, though. As for blocking, it's probably going to be trash. Monroe's already lit up 16 sacks, and the season's only halfway over. Darren Lee having one hell of a year, though. He's probably going to win Rookie of the Year. 83 tackles at the halfway point. Sacks is going to be led by Sheldon Richardson as of right now with 3.5. Wilkerson, Jenkins, and Williams each have 2.5. And then interceptions is led by Marcus Williams with 3. So let's take a look and see where we're at in the award race for Rookie of the Year. Fucking Cody Kessler is winning. That's not good. And Darren Lee's in first with Jordan Jenkins in second on defense. So at least there's that. Do we have anybody else? Robbie Anderson's in 8th for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And with that, I'll go ahead and go to the playoffs, which we're not going to make. But we're going to have a very big offseason ahead of us. So here at the end of the regular season, we end up going 3-13, and we have the 3rd overall pick in the draft. Kind of sucks, because we would have had the 2nd pick had we not won in Week 17. Hopefully we can get the guy that I want, though. Although, knowing the Broncos, they may take him, which would be very unfortunate. But aside from that, Christian Hackenberg did not win Rookie of the Year, which really sucks. Luckily for us, though, Darren Lee did, which is nice. I've got quite a bit of XP, especially on the defensive side of the ball and with our receivers. But elsewhere, it's pretty much non-existent. Let's take a look at stats, though. See where we ranked. We were 30th in the NFL in offensive yards and 25th in defensive somehow. As for stats, though, Christian Hackenberg, 3,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, 22 picks, completed 60% of his passes. Matt Forte with just over 1,000 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns. Receiving, Eric Decker was our lone 1,000-yard receiver with 1,082 yards on 77 catches with 5 touchdowns. Austin Seferian-Jenkins was our second leading receiver. Then Robbie Anderson in the slot had 800 yards and 8 touchdowns. Pretty solid rookie year out of him. Blocking, I'm sure, was just atrocious. 33 sacks. Oh boy. And then as for defense, Darren Lee did lead the team in tackles with 154, also had 2 sacks and 3 picks. No wonder he won Rookie of the Year. Sacks were led by Leonard Williams with 9.5. Wilkerson had 9, and Richardson had 6. And I actually meant to swap their positions. I'll have to do that. Marcus Williams did lead the team in picks, though, with 4. And then, like I said, Darren Lee had 3. Let's see. Any defensive touchdowns? I doubt it. No, we did not have any. So taking a look at awards. Aaron Rodgers won MVP. Coach of the Year goes to Jay Gruden of the 14-2 Redskins. What the heck? Offensive Player of the Year goes to Andy Dalton, and we do not have anybody. Defensive Player of the Year goes to C.J. Mosley, and I'm assuming we don't have anybody. We do not. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I hate Cody Kessler in this game because he wins it more often than not. Christian Hackenberg came in second, though. And Robbie Anderson came in 9th. Defensive Rookie of the Year, as we know, went to Darren Lee. And then Jordan Jenkins came in 5th. Best QB. Hackenberg's trash, so that wouldn't be there. Matt Forte was also trash, so he wouldn't be there. Best receiver. Our receivers were nothing special. Best O-line. O-line was trash. Best D-line, Muhammad Wilkerson came in 10th. Solid. Best linebacker, we might actually have Darren Lee at number 9. Best DB, didn't have anybody. And best kicker goes to Anna Vinatieri. And Nick Folk came in 10th. So, that'll do it for awards. But this offseason is going to be kind of crucial to setting up a long-term successful team here. And I do have some XP to spend, especially with Darren Lee. So I'll go ahead and advance to the offseason, though, and once I spend the XP, you guys will see what the team is looking like. So here in the offseason, we have made a few additions to the team. We signed Kenny Stills, TJ Green, and Morris Claiborne. Claiborne's on a 1-year deal, kind of similar to the Jets contract that he got in real life. And then Kenny Stills, I like him a lot. I don't know if I'm going to have him on the outside or in the slot. But I'm thinking about trading Eric Decker. He is starting to get old, and he only has normal development. Starting to decline a little bit, especially in speed. The O-line needs a lot of work. My God, needs so much work. But Darren Lee's up to an 81. Jordan Jenkins up to a 76. Pryor up to an 80. Malden up to a 74. And then some guys I haven't used their XP yet. But this is what the team is looking like as of now. Revis even has some XP to spend. And there's a few more guys in free agency that I was trying to get. So we'll see if I end up actually signing him. Actually, take a quick look at that now. And see. I know one of them was, Will Hill's not going to sign with us for that garbage offer. And doesn't look like Dayton Jones or Taylor Gabriel will either. So hopefully we'll get Sebastian Vollmer and Derek Shelby. But aside from that, just got to do a bit more scouting, and we'll get to the draft. Alright, so we're here after the draft, and by the way, I did end up signing Sebastian Vollmer and Derek Shelby. There he is. So, that kind of gave it away. Whoops. But taking a look at the draft, as you've already seen, we did draft Mitch Trubisky at number 3, 78 overall. He was the 15th best player in the draft. Only normal development, but he is actually quite good. So hopefully he'll win Rookie of the Year and progress a bit. And then with our second round pick, we took Jared Davis, middle linebacker from Florida, who turned out to be a 77 overall with Superstar. And this guy's going to be really good. He's really fast. I like him a lot. And then the rest of the draft, I'm not going to have any other realistic prospects because most of the positions I took, I don't really know any deeper, late round pick prospects other than what's his name, Aviante Collins for a guard, and I don't know any other centers besides Pat Elflein and somebody else. Yeah, someone else. And then I know another running back, but we're just going to leave it as is. So that was the draft, and looking at the roster now, it's interesting. We're actually going to start this Gage guy because I think he is. Oh, he is normal. Oh, okay. But he is a rookie. Hopefully he can win Rookie of the Year. No, I don't want him to win Rookie of the Year. Never mind, I want Trubisky to do it. So with that being said, we're not going to start him, but he will be the second running back. And then this is probably going to be the offense for the year, and this is probably going to be the defense. So we're going to have some rookies starting in places. This free safety, Sherrard Wisham, is going to start at free safety. Jared Davis obviously is going to be your second starting middle linebacker. And then I may get rid of Nick Mangold. Okay, I can't add him to the trade block yet, but he's kind of regressing quite a bit, and we drafted 2 centers that both have quick development, I believe, so looking to replace him. And then we also may be trading away Eric Decker. So I got a couple of things to think about, but if I make any changes before the regular season, I will let you guys know. So I wasn't planning on trading Eric Decker, but I was looking through the offers here, and I see that Atlanta is actually offering me a first-round pick next year, and I'm going to have to take that. He's getting kind of old. He's starting to regress, and I really want to get some of my younger receivers involved. So it kind of sucks because I really wanted to keep him around to kind of help Trubisky's development, but if I can get a first-round pick for a 30-year-old wide receiver, I will absolutely have to take that. Now, I need to find another receiver, and it may be Ted Ginn, or it may be somebody else. I'll figure that out real quick. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and sign Ted Ginn to a 1-year deal. So that's going to round out the receiving core for season number 2. And Ted Ginn, you are not going to be in the slot there. I don't know what this is doing. But we're going to have Quincy Enunwa as our wide receiver 1, and then Kenny Stills. Actually, I want Kenny Stills in the slot. Robbie Anderson can play the outside. He's 6'3". So this is what we're going to run with. We're going to have the rookie running back be the second guy there. And then I also cut Nick Mangold. Couldn't find a trade for him, and his run block was garbage. And then considering this guy is actually much better than he is already, and he's got quick development, just got to get his awareness up, and he'll be a stud, I think. And then I think this guy has quick development too. He does. So, a couple of good centers that I drafted. And then here is the defense for season number 2. Nothing has changed, I think. So, gonna go ahead and go to the regular season. Couldn't talk there for a second, but I'll show you guys my season goal. It is once again going to be very, very conservative, and it's going to be 7 wins. Because I don't trust this team just yet, so we're going to commit to that, and I'll see what players I have to re-sign. If there's nobody real significant, I won't show it. Although I think Enunwa needs a contract, so if there's anybody big, you'll see that, and then we'll be on to the midseason. All right, so here at the midseason mark, we are sitting at 3-4. So we've already matched our win total from last year, and we do have 7 players to re-sign. The biggest name being Sheldon Richardson, so of course we are going to be re-signing him, and he does accept that contract. Now, Morris Claiborne wants a contract, but we're not going to sign him. He's got slow development, and he's already 27. He's not that good. Calvin Pryor, though, we will try to sign if he would like to accept that contract. And same with Quincy Enunwa. He will actually accept that. Sebastian Vollmer, not going to sign you. The rest of these guys I'm not at all worried about, except Safarian Jenkins, who I will sign. And then I'll... who didn't do it? I'll get Calvin Pryor at some point off camera. Let's take a look at stats real quick. So like I said, we're 3-4, and we are 12th in the NFL in offense. And we are second in defense. That is great. So, the rookie Mitch Trubisky having actually quite a good year so far. 2,100 yards, almost 2,200 yards, 16 touchdowns, 10 picks, and he's completing 65% of his passes. And look at that yards per game. That is awesome. As far as our run game goes, Matt Forte, 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, but he has 3 fumbles, which is terrible. And then receiving, Quincy Enunwa leading the team again, almost 600 yards and 3 touchdowns. Robbie Anderson, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and then Kenny Stills in the slot, almost 600 yards, 4 touchdowns. As for blocking, oh my God, it's so much better than last year. All right, that's great to see. And what the hell is this? Calvin Pryor is leading our team in tackles with 55. That's weird. It's very weird as Brett gets on. As far as sacks goes, sacks go, I guess. Yeah, okay. Leonard Williams is leading the team with 5. Sheldon Richardson has 3.5. Muhammad Wilkerson has 3. And then we only have 3 picks on the year, which is slightly disappointing. Calvin Pryor, Revis, and Screen each have a pick. And let's quickly take a look and see if we are on pace to win Rookie of the Year. MVP. Of course, we're not going to have anybody really in that category, but Trubisky is actually in 10th for Offensive Player of the Year. Nobody for defensive, but that may change. Trubisky is on pace to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Kevin Gage, our rookie running back, is in 5th. And then, unfortunately, Jared Davis is not on pace to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think I may actually just start him over Darren Lee for the rest of the year, so hopefully he can actually win. But we do have our free safety, Sherrard Wisham, in 8th. So that's going to do it for this point. We'll move on to the playoffs, and we could actually make the playoffs this year. We're actually second in the division. The Bills are 3-4-1, and they're in first. So we'll see how this goes. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So here at the end of the regular season, we end up going 5-11. So we improved over last year by quite a bit, actually. Mitch Trubisky. Oh my God, the interceptions are up. Oh, okay. 4,100 yards, 26 touchdowns, 24 picks though, and his completion percentage in the second half went down by quite a bit. Rushing, Matt Forte exactly 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Receiving, Quincy Enunwa and Kenny Stills both had 1,000 yards, and they both had 7 touchdowns as well. Robbie Anderson almost 700 yards, 5 touchdowns, and Safarian Jenkins 600 yards and 4 touchdowns. Blocking, not nearly as bad as last year, I'll say that. And then on defense, Jared Davis, after I started him, he really kind of picked up the pace, got 133 tackles, 3 sacks. Darren Lee, 119 tackles, 1.5 sacks. But sacks were led by Leonard Williams with 14. Sheldon Richardson had 8, and Muhammad Wilkerson had 5. Morris Claiborne led the team in picks with 4. And we did not have any defensive touchdowns, but we did finish 27th in the NFL in offensive yards. And as for defense, we finished 11th. So let's take a look at awards. Drew Brees won MVP because they went 16-0. That's ridiculous. You want to know something stupid, though? We played the Saints this year. They beat us 52-0. It's ridiculous. I don't know, who's on their team now, but it's OP. So we don't have anybody in MVP, and I did not win Coach of the Year. Nobody in Offensive Player of the Year. And nobody in Defensive Player of the Year, although former Jet David Harris comes in 8th for the Colts. Mitch Trubisky does end up winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Our running back, Kevin Gage, comes in 6th. Defensive Rookie, we just barely miss out on it. Jared Davis comes in 2nd. If I had started him the whole year, he definitely would have won it. And then our free safety, Sherrard Wisham, came in 7th as Justin joins my party. QB, QB, Trubisky was not up there. Running back, Matt Forte was not up there. Best receiver, we didn't have anybody. Best O-line, I'm sure we didn't have anyone. We did not. Best D-line, Leonard Williams comes in 6th. I'll take that. Best linebacker, no one. Best DB, no one. And best kicker, Nick Folk does not place in the top 10. So it's definitely a building block year. We've got some XP with Trubisky. And I did get him up to quick development by spending his XP throughout the year. So I'll up some of his stats here. Might as well up his deep. And then awareness, I suppose. So he's up to an 82 now after 1 year. Not bad. And he is up to superstar development. So I'll take it. We actually have quite a bit of XP with our receivers, which is very, very nice to see. And then defense, we've got quite a bit as well. So I'm going to spend some of that and go ahead and advance to the offseason. So here in the offseason, we are making some moves in free agency. We're going to get some big names. Antonio Brown was a free agent. We signed him to a, I don't remember, 4-year deal. So we got one of the best receivers in the game. We also signed Thomas Rawls to a 5-year deal. And then Sam Shields to a 1-year deal. And then some other filler guys pretty much. But we got Antonio freaking Brown, which is pretty crazy. I don't think I've ever actually seen him be a free agent before. So that's a first for me. And then, I mean, really the secondary needs some help. But this rookie free safety is up to a 78. Calvin Pryor's up to an 81. Jenkins up to a 79. Davis and Lee at 82. Malden at 76. And then D-line's been at the same, pretty much the same level the whole time. But this is looking really nice. So this is actually going to let us cut Matt Forte now because we don't need him with Thomas Rawls on the roster. And our receiving core is looking very nice, and I still may even draft a receiver because there's some good ones in this draft. But is there anybody else who's trying to sign? I'm not entirely sure. As Bronson joins the party, shout out to all of my friends joining my party today. Okay, so I wasn't trying to sign anybody else. I got everybody I wanted, but I do need to do some scouting, so I'll see you guys after the draft. So just real quick, before I got into the draft, I decided to take a look at the trade block, and I happened to see this 1-year strong safety from the Raiders was up there. He's got quick development, so I sent him a 3rd-round pick, and he's going to be our new starter over Calvin Pryor. So the secondary is improving. I mean, I may even try to trade Calvin Pryor. It just kind of sucks because I just signed him to a new contract. But, I mean, this guy is definitely better than Pryor is. And if I didn't have this guy, Wisham, I would even put him at free safety. And I still might, actually. He's definitely better than Wisham is. So I've got a decision to make there, but I'm going to go ahead and go to the draft now. So I will see you guys when I'm done with that. So here after the draft, we had a really, really good draft. With the 1st-round pick, we took Derwin James, safety out of Florida State. He's an 80 overall. He was the 3rd best player in the draft, has superstar development. He was actually a strong safety, but I moved him to free safety because of his zone coverage and his speed. This guy is really good. And then in the 2nd round, we took Bo Scarborough, halfback from Alabama. He was pretty good. He was actually projected to be like the first player taken, I think, for quite a while. But then he fell. He probably got hurt or something. And then in the 2nd round, we took outside linebacker Harold Landry. I don't know if his weight is right. I didn't really dig too deep to... actually, it says he's 225 pounds. So it's about right. But he's going to be our new starting right outside linebacker, and he does have quick development, so that is nice. And then you guys can kind of see the rest of the draft was really solid. Got some nice O-line pieces, actually, so they may end up starting. I could trade away, what's his name, Carpenter, or even cut him if need be. But we definitely had a really good draft. So once I advance the week here, I'm going to take a look at the depth chart and see how it looks. See if I want to start any of these rookies. I also got another center that has quick development with Crabtree. If my Xbox would work. So this guy's not bad. Carpenter's kind of regressing. So I think I actually will start Braden Sulak over him. And I'll throw him up on the trade block for the time being. Actually, I'll move him to left tackle just because of that pass block stat. See how he does there. He usually transitions pretty well when I do that. But I'll have to make a decision at right guard if I want to keep Winters or start Strickland. Strickland does have quick development, and I know Winters' stats aren't that much better than Strickland, so I'll go with him. And the offense is starting to really look pretty good. Of course, we did get Antonio Brown and Thomas Rawls in free agency, so I think that'll help out a ton. Really, if we could just solidify the O-line a little bit, if we could have the interior just develop, and then we'll get new tackles, I think we'll be set on offense. And then defense, we could just use a little bit more development from the linebacking core. And then safeties appear to be good for the rest of the rebuild. We just need corners, and we need them really bad because I've not really been in a position to get a good corner in a draft yet. So hopefully next year we'll be able to get a good one. But that's going to do it for the preseason. So I'll see you guys at the start of the regular season for year number 3. So here at the start of the regular season for season number 3, we're going to set our goal. It's going to be make the playoffs. We're going to set a goal to make the playoffs this year because we had a really good record in the preseason. I think we was 3-1. And I feel like our offense is going to be able to really shine this year. And our defense should improve, I believe, with our safeties. So we'll see what happens. I do believe that Trubisky is going to be a lot better this year than last year, especially with the addition of Antonio Brown. And I think the O-line is maybe even marginally better than it was last year. And the run game should be much improved. Although I may actually look for a replacement fullback because, in my experience, a fullback has actually been pretty key to a successful run game, but there doesn't seem to be a better one up here. So I'll keep Chris Swain for now. But this is going to be the roster for season number 3. So I will see you guys if... actually, I'll just see you guys at the mid-season. Whatever players I have to re-sign, I'll do it then. So here at the mid-season of season number 3, we are currently sitting at 5-3. Much improved record so far. And let's take a quick look at stats. We're the best offense in the league. What'd I tell you guys? I told you Trubisky was going to be good this year. But we're the 30th defense. Oh my god. Shit. Okay. So we're an offense first team. That's obvious. Trubisky, 2,700 yards through half the season. That's... holy shit, he's on pace to break the fucking record. I think. I mean, his yards per game is not on pace to break the record, but 2,700 through 8 games? It's going to be close. It's about 5,400 is what it would come out to. So he could do it if he has a really good second half, but 21 touchdowns, 10 picks, completing 63% of his passes. Thomas Rawls, oh my god, I'm so happy I signed you and drafted Bo Scarborough. Look at this. Thomas Rawls, 735 yards, 7 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. That is a big thing compared to Matt Forte, who just could not hold on to the ball. Bo Scarborough, 276 yards, 5 touchdowns. He has 1 fumble, but that's okay from a backup running back. Look at Antonio Brown. This is insane. This may be one of the best free agent signings I've ever had. He has almost 1,000 yards through half the season. On 62 catches and 8 touchdowns, this guy is insane. Quincy Enunwa, like the rest of the team. I mean, Kenny Stills and Safarian Jenkins have some pretty decent yards. Anun was slacking a little bit, but I guess that's to be expected when you have one of the best receivers in the league on your team. As for blocking, it's not as good as last year, not as bad as year number 1. Defense is led by Darren Lee with 74 tackles, Derwin James in second with 47. Sacks is being led by Leonard Williams with 7.5, Muhammad Wilkerson in second with 4.5, and we only have 3 picks on the year again. Not a lot of picks, but Darren Lee, Sam Shields, and Darrell Revis each have a pick to their name. And we don't have any defensive touchdowns. I don't think we've gotten one at all throughout this entire video yet. But Trubisky is, of course, in the lead for MVP. And Todd Bowles is in third for Coach of the Year. So that's nice to see. All right, okay, this is what I'm talking about. I've mentioned this in another video, but how can you have Trubisky at 1 for MVP throughout the entire league? Then when you go to the AFC, he's second for just Offensive Player of the Year. That, to me, does not equate. Something doesn't add up here, but that's just my logic. Thomas Rawls is currently in 8th. Darren Lee currently in 3rd for Defensive Player of the Year. I'm mostly worried about the rookie positions, Bo Scarborough in 3rd. Harold Landry and Derwin James in 2nd and 3rd, respectively, for Defensive Rookie. And that's all we got. So, with that, let's re-sign these players. Biggest of which being Leonard Williams, who's asking for quite a big deal. And, okay, Leonard, don't do me like that. The rest of these guys, besides Robbie Anderson, who I will sign, the rest of these guys I'm not worried about. I'm not re-signing Lorenzo Malden since I do have Harold Landry. I'll sign Justin Hardy just because I like him. But the rest of these guys, I'm not very interested in having on the team again. I may sign Sam Shields in free agency for just another 1-year contract. And I may do the same with James Carpenter, but I'm not going to sign him now. So with that, I'll get Leonard Williams at some point off camera, but I'll see you guys at the end of the season, and hopefully we'll make the playoffs. And we are currently leading our division, so hopefully we will, in fact, win it, and maybe even get a first-round bye. We'll see. So here at the end of the regular season, unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers wins MVP. Bastard. And we end up going 10-6, and we win our division, but we were not good enough to, unfortunately, get a first-round bye. And final stat line on the season for Mitch Trubisky, 4,900 yards, 39 touchdowns, 21 picks, 68% completion percentage. Thomas Rawls, 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns, no fumbles. Bo Scarborough, almost 500 yards and 10 touchdowns as a rookie. Pretty solid. Antonio Brown leading the team. Oh, man, he's just so good. 111 receptions, 1,600 yards, and 14 touchdowns. Quincy Enunwa, 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. Austin Safarian Jenkins, 900 yards, 5 touchdowns. And Kenny Stills also had 7 touchdowns. As for the O-line, it was not the best, but not the worst. The defense was led by Darren Lee with 154 tackles. Also had 1.5 sacks and a pick. Leonard Williams led the team with 15 sacks. Sheldon Richardson with 8.5 and Jordan Jenkins with 8. Darrell Revis and Sam Shields each had 3 picks. And did we finally get any defensive touchdowns? We did not. It's the one thing that we've really been lacking throughout the entire rebuild. So Mitch Trubisky ends up coming in 3rd for MVP. Todd Bowles comes in 4th for Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Le'Veon Bell. Trubisky comes in 5th. Thomas Rawls comes in 6th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Marshall, but Darren Lee comes in 3rd. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I was not expecting to win whatsoever. Bo Scarborough does come in third, though, which is nice to see. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we do not win, which kind of sucks. Harold Landry came in second, and then Derwin James came in seventh. Best QB, Ben Roethlisberger somehow got it. Okay, Trubisky came in second, though. Best RB goes to Le'Veon Bell. Thomas Rawls came in second. We're just runner-ups, or runners-up, whichever is the correct thing there. But Antonio Brown does win Best Receiver, as expected. Best O-line, we don't have anybody. Best D-line, Leonard Williams comes in seventh. Best LB, nobody. And best DB, no one. Best kicker, didn't even get that. So we were the best offense in the league, though, with over 7,000 total yards. But our defense was garbage, 29th in the NFL. So defense is really kind of a key thing for us to focus on. But I do have a whole bunch of XP to use, and I'm going to use all of this before getting into the wildcard game against the Baltimore Ravens. Alright, so after using almost everybody's XP, I'm saving Thomas Rawls because I want to get him up to Superstar, just so that he doesn't really decline once he gets a little bit older. Actually, I mean, there's no real reason for that. This rebuild's not going to take that long. I'll just, I don't even know what else to, upgrade on this guy because it's kind of, everything's done already, but that'll do. Trubisky's up to a 91, which is nice. Stills and Enunwa are both up to 85. Anderson is up to an 80. Marshall's up to a 75. Let me actually reorder the depth chart real quick. Oh, God, Hardy's got 24,000. Okay, I'll use that. But this is what we're looking like. The team is definitely better than it has been. Darren Lee's really getting up there. I don't want Calvin Pryor to start. I didn't use his XP. That's not a big deal. All right. Well, this is going to be our team after I use Hardy's XP, and then we're going to get into the game against the Ravens. So here in the wild card round of the playoffs, the Ravens went 11-5. We went 10-6. What I'm going to do for these realistic rebuilds is I'm going to play the moments and kind of take it by ear. I'm mostly just going to play offense. Not really going to do the defense moments, but they're an 87 overall compared to our 81. So we'll see how this goes. Should be an interesting game. Alright, so let's try this again. Hopefully I remember to edit that out, but I had a little mix-up where I was accidentally on rookie difficulty. But I'm going to be playing the moments and mostly just doing offense. I'm now in all Madden, by the way, as is per usual. But they're an 87 overall, and we're an 81. I don't know how to feel about that, but we're going to give it a go. So with my first opportunity to play the moment, it's a 3rd and 2 on the 49 as the quarter's actually about to run out. I'm not even going to get a playoff. So I'll get to think about what play I want to run here. If they come out in the same defense, that, oh, what is that? Hold on. I like that play. I think I like this play. Uh-oh. Actually, all right, now we're doing this. This is what we're doing, a little crossing route here. All right, Antonio, got the first. I'll gladly take that. So we'll see. Continue the next moment. Another third. Come on. All right, coach. What do you want to have me do here? Oh, I do like this play. This is a go-to play. Usually works, and it looks like Antonio Brown's probably going to be wide open. And he is. Okay, Antonio. Oh, that's a touchdown. Let's go. All right, so we're going to take the lead 7-0 here at the start of the second. So I've got another moment here. 3rd down alert, 3rd and 4 on the 50. Let's run this halfback angle play, which makes me a little bit nervous every time I run it because in my experience, my running back usually drops it, even if they're a good pass catching running back, and he actually caught it and he got the first. So we did succeed on that moment. Another third down, okay. What do I want to go for here? It's only 3rd and 1. Let's just get a nice little run play up the middle. Yeah, this should work. All right. Thomas Rawls, get us the first. I think he got it. Oh, what the fuck? All right, we'll kick the field goal. 52-yarder. Uh-oh. Oh, that's good. It's good. All right, 10-0 with 3 minutes to go in the second. All right, so 2-minute drill. We got a 1st and 10 on our own 25 here. We're going to try to score some points before halftime. We're going to come out passing here. Austin Seferian-Jenkins is going to catch it for, I don't know, that was almost 18 yards. 18 yards. Let's try this play again. The RB route is usually a pretty solid one, although, oh god, that was dangerous. But it was completed to Anunwa. Alright, what am I feeling? Let's go for this drag wheel. We'll see how this turns out. Actually, I want to have... That may have even been what it was. Oh, God. Okay. A little dangerous. I thought there was going to be a little mix-up there, but we're good. All right, let's go 4 verts. Typical Madden player BS. Oh, Stills is wide open. He drops the fucking ball. All right. We don't need to go crazy. We still got a minute, and we're on the 29, well in field goal range. I'd like a touchdown, but we just need points is the big thing here. All right, Stills again. That's going to be a first on the 14. All right. We've still got a minute to go here, so I'm going to try running the ball a little bit, see if I can waste some time. This does not look like a good defense to run against, actually. A little quick pass to Antonio. He's going to get a first and goal on the 4. All right, I'm going to waste time, though. I'm going to put on 2 clock, so hopefully they won't even get much of a possession. See if we can get a touchdown. Yeah, let's try this run with Rawls, and that did not go anywhere. Let's call timeout. All right, I'm gonna go for a little run play. We're gonna go for a halfback toss. We'll see if we can get in there with this. This usually works really well on the goal line, and it does. Thomas Rawls is going to score, put us up 17-3 just before the half. That's what I'm talking about. So, okay, 24-3. We are in a good position. I'm going to skip some of these moments here. 31-3. Oh, we're going to win. 31-6. Okay, so this game has been under wraps for a little while now. And if we can just kind of end it here. Okay, 34-9 is the final score. And we're moving on to the divisional round. Trubisky with 3 touchdowns on the day. Great game, I would say, out of our team going up against the team that had a better record and a much higher overall than us. I'm very happy with that win. So here in the divisional round of the playoffs, we're going to be taking on the 11-5 Pittsburgh Steelers. So I know they have the reigning MVP on their team. We're up to an 82 overall now, and they're at a 91. This should be a very interesting game considering, I guess this is probably going to be Antonio Brown's return to Pittsburgh. So, we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's do this. Let's run it to the outside. See if we can sneak. Okay, nope. Bud Dupree denied us any kind of entrance to the end zone. Alright, let's do this actually and have Antonio Brown going a slant. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Okay. I kind of messed up on what I wanted to press there. My bad. Alright, we need to get in here, though. We need to get in the end zone, and we're going to run this. And Kenny Stills needs to get open. That's my go-to on this play. Kenny Stills. Oh, fuck. Alright, we're going to kick a field goal. Jesus. Okay, the Steelers are good. This is going to be a rough one. Oh, shit. Please go in. Ah! What am I doing with my life, boys? Oh, my God. I'm usually a good field goal kicker. But, doesn't look like that miss is going to matter at all, actually. This is very unfortunate. Let's see if we can just score it all. Alright, let's throw it up here to Anunwa. Oh, jeez. Alright, Trubisky's just... I don't know, what. Maybe our run game is just trash, but they are destroying us. This is a rough one. Let's see if Kenny Stills is going to be open. He's not, but... Oh, fuck. Okay, I was trying to roll out and get it to Safarian Jenkins, but that did not work out. Let's try to run it this time. See if we can bounce it outside. Oh, what the shit was that? Right guard? Oh, my God. We just can't get anything going on offense. Alright, let's go for this. Oh, this is a rough game. Antonio Brown for the touchdown, though. At least it's not going to be a shutout. Well, this has been the most embarrassing game of my life. 45-7 was the final score. And we're moving on to year number 4. Alright, so here in the offseason, we're going to be making a couple of splashes in free agency. We're going to be signing Brendan Scherf and Shaq Mason. Really trying to shore up the O-line a little bit. One of these guys is going to play left tackle. And the other may end up playing right tackle, depending on what I do in the draft. Unfortunately, I didn't get Kevin Johnson, at least not yet. Trying to sign corner. And we are out of the running. Terrence Mitchell may sign with us, though. Giving him kind of a lowball deal. Actually, a really lowball deal, but I'm not going to overpay at this point. So we'll see if there's anybody else here. Not trying to sign Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. I might get Trey Waynes, even though his coverage ability is honestly pretty garbage. Although Sam Shields is here, and he's actually still pretty solid. So I'm going to give him an offer for a 1-year deal. Morris Claiborne is also here, and he's not terrible, so I'll give him an offer for a 1-year deal. I mean, hopefully, I'm just really hoping that we can make a big splash in the draft at corner, because it is ugly. It's very, very ugly. Alright, well, here after the draft, and I'll show you guys who else I signed to free agency in a second after I show you the draft class. I don't know any real-life prospects this far into the future, but we ended up taking, with our first pick, this right guard, Gary Gabriel, who I think is actually going to start at right tackle for us because he is pretty damn good. We then took left guard, Austin Neild, with our next pick, and he has superstar development. At the time, he was a little bit of a reach, but I would gladly take it just because of superstar. He's probably going to start, actually, just because of that. And then these two corners, These two corners, I finally got something going. This guy, 76 overall, quick development. This guy, 74, also has quick development. So hopefully they can develop quickly because we really need help. And then, for whatever reason, I decided to take a fullback in the fourth round and then a punter and a kicker in the seventh round, even though we don't really need any of those guys. But I figured, why the hell not? The rest of my picks I traded down into next year. So who else did I sign in free agency? Okay, who'd I get? I got Sam Shields, Morris Claiborne, and Nick Fairley, Jay Bromley. I think that's it. Pretty sure that's it, actually. So with that, I'm going to move some people around on the O-line. Got to get all these starting caliber players, involved. So I'm going to do that and go ahead and go to the regular season. So I think the next time you guys will see me is at the midseason, and you kind of see what I did with the depth chart. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, so while I'm here at the start of the regular season, I figure I'll set our goal. I guess I'll go ahead and make it reach conference championship. Actually, no, I'll just make it reach divisional round. Because the XP reward is just, yeah, I think conference championship's the best. I mean, divisional round is the best XP reward. It's kind of a guarantee. But, I'll show you guys my depth chart real quick for season number 4. So I moved Brandon Scherf to left tackle, and we're going to have Sulak actually play or start at left guard with the rookie Neal as his backup, and then same starter as the last 2 years, I guess, in Devin at center, and then we got Shaq Mason at right guard, and I actually want Gabriel to start at right tackle. And then pretty much everything else about the offense is the same, although I cut Chris Swain, and we're going to go with our rookie running back that we drafted. And then taking a look at the defense, we are going to have our 2 rookie corners starting over Claiborne and Shields, and I actually ended up cutting Darrelle Revis because he was costing us $14 million, and his penalty was nothing. And he was also down at like 83 speed, so I was like, all right, this guy's got to go. But aside from that, the defense is exactly the same as last year. And then, I guess, because it may be ever so slightly significant, the punter I drafted is actually going to make the roster. I cut Lack Edwards in favor of the rookie, so we'll see how we do this year. I'm fully expecting a playoff run. Hopefully we can win a Super Bowl. So I'll see you guys at the midseason. So here at the midseason of season number 4, we are sitting at 6-2 atop the AFC East. Just beat the Bills 31-17. Taking a look at some XP. Trubisky, I already used the XP ad earlier in the year, so he's doing pretty well. And then on defense, our linebackers are lit. They have a ton of XP, but we also have like half of them to sign. So we got to sign Darren Lee, get him on this 5-year deal. We got tons of cap room, and he's not going to accept that straight up, the little bastard. So let's try to get Jordan Jenkins, and he will actually accept that offer. May as well try to get Kenny Stills as well. He's a pretty solid receiver for us, and he will accept that. So I'll get Darren Lee off camera, and then the rest of these guys I'm not at all interested in signing. But our rookie corners, luckily enough, are developing pretty well so far, even though it's only been half a season. I haven't looked at stats, but just XP-wise, I've already gotten both of them up to superstar development. So speaking of stats, though, let's take a look. We are oh my God, Trubisky. He's having a hell of a year again, and our defense is much improved from last year. So taking a look at individual player stats, Trubisky leading the league in yards and touchdowns, 2,500 yards, 23 touchdowns, 7 picks, completing 70% of his passes. As for rushing, Thomas Rawls, 750 yards and 12 touchdowns. That's insane. Receiving, Kenny Stills is actually leading the team this time around with 52 catches for 730 yards and 9 touchdowns, followed by Antonio Brown, 50 catches for 750 yards and 5 touchdowns. Quincy Enunwa also 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. So the ball's being spread around quite well. We have two receivers averaging over 90 yards per game. That's insane. And blocking is actually so good. Oh, it's so much better than it has been in any year of the rebuild. Defense, though, Darren Lee's leading the team with 70 tackles, also has 1 sack to his name. But sacks are being led by Jordan Jenkins, who we just re-signed, so that's nice to see. Leonard Williams and Sheldon Richardson each have 4.5. And then picks are pretty low again. We only have 4 on the year, but our rookie corner, the number 1 guy, does have 1 pick. Hopefully, he'll win Rookie of the Year. We finally got a defensive touchdown. LaMichael Rouse, finally. I think that's the first one we've had throughout this entire rebuild, so that's pretty cool. And Trubisky is number 1 currently for MVP. Thomas Rawls number 2. I just want to take a quick look at the Rookie of the Year spots. We don't have any skill position players on offense, and our 2 corners are at 5 and 6. So hopefully they can get up to that 1-2 spot. That'd be really nice to see. But we're definitely on pace to make the playoffs and even hopefully get a first round bye this year. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Right, so here at the end of the season, I'm a little salty. Because that face you see right there in the bottom left won MVP. But we ended up going 12-4. Mitch Trubisky had a hell of a year. My God. Almost 4,600 yards, 41 touchdowns, 12 picks, 70% completion percentage. And then on the ground, Thomas Rawls, almost 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns. Bo Scarborough as the number 2 running back, 360 yards and 10 touchdowns. Antonio Brown, again, 99 catches, 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns. Quincy Enunwa was the second leading, interceptions at least, with 93, 800 yards and 9 touchdowns. Kenny Stills, 1,100 yards and 13 touchdowns on only 80 catches. Solid year. Blocking, I think, is actually better than last year. Seems like the numbers are down. As for defense, Darren Lee, of course, led the team in tackles with 137. Sacks were led by Leonard Williams with 8.5, followed by Jordan Jenkins with 7.5, and Sheldon Richardson with 5. Picks, we picked that up quite a bit, no pun intended, but Deion Bush, the rookie, led the team with 3. Derwin James had 2, and then multiple other guys had 1 each. And then, did we get any other defensive touchdowns besides that 1? Nope. LaMichael Rouse, still the only defensive touchdown we had. So, Trubisky ends up coming in 4th for MVP. As I said, for some stupid-ass reason, it goes to Matthew Stafford, even though we had a much better record. Coach of the Year goes to Bill O'Brien. Okay. Le'Veon Bell gets Offensive Player of the Year. Trubisky comes in 3rd, and we don't have anybody else. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Jadeveon Clowney. He's up to a 97 overall. Darren Lee comes in 5th. Offensive Rookie, like I said, at the midseason, we don't have any skill position rookies. But Deion Bush does come in 4th for Defensive Rookie of the Year, and then Matt Stoutmeyer, the other corner that I drafted, came in 8th. Best QB goes to Mitch Trubisky, of course. Best running back, Thomas Rawls came in 4th. Best receiver goes to Antonio Brown. Kenny Stills comes in 3rd. Best O-line goes to Shaq Mason, followed by Brandon Scherf. So we got that 1-2 spot locked down. Best D-line, we didn't have anybody. The sacks were kind of down this year. Okay. That doesn't even make sense. How does Darren Lee come in 5th place for Defensive Player of the Year? Doesn't even come in the top 10 for Best LB. Madden logic makes no sense, man. Best DB goes to Marcus Peters. We did not have anybody, and I skipped kicker for some reason, but who cares? So we've got quite a bit of XP to spend. I'm going to do that real quick before getting in to next week, and we'll see who we're taking on in the divisional round. So here in the divisional round, we're going to be taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who knocked us out last year. If you want to take a look at what everybody's overall is up to, feel free to pause the video here for a more in-depth look. Some of these guys I haven't used their XP, like Hackenberg, just because there's not, well, I mean, it's not really a point to using Hackenberg's XP. But yeah, like I said, if you want an in-depth look at all of these guys' overalls, feel free to pause it here. Some notable upgrades, though. Harold Landry up to an 86. Derwin James up to a 92. And Rouse also up to a 92. So we're going to get into this game. They went, what, 10-6, I believe. And we went 12-4. So they're a 91. We're an 87 somehow. I don't know how we're only an 87. But we're going to whoop their ass this time around. I guarantee it. So they ended up scoring first. This is my first offensive opportunity to play a moment. And it's a 3rd and 10 on the 30. So let's go ahead and do this Saints in play. I mean, biggest thing in this situation is just don't turn the ball over so we can score some points either way. And Anunwa wide open, and that's going to be a 1st and goal on the 7. So we're making some good moves out here. Red zone alert. Let's run this wide trail. I do like this play for short yardage situations. Let's see if Anunwa's going to be open. Oh, God, that was risky. Okay, get in there. All right, we're down to the 1. All right, let's do a little halfback toss. See if we can't force ourselves in there. Oh, man. I don't know about this. I got somebody out wide. All right, we're going to do it, though. Oh, yeah. Touchdown. Thomas Rawls. Tie game. 7-7 in the 1st. So, like I said, we're going to whoop their ass. So, okay. We need the defense to really step up in this game, though. And it is 3rd and 9. Come on. Let's run this wide receiver corners here. Kenny Stills might be open, but I think that route's going to take a long time to develop. So let's go to Anunwa. And he's going to get the 1st. Okay. It's going to be in the 31. See if we can get in the red zone. And we do. So we're on the 17. 1st and 10. Let's try to establish the run here. Actually, I don't know about that. Let's do this. And I wish I knew how to send Antonio Brown on a further out route, but Anunwa was going to catch a touchdown, so it doesn't matter. That's nice. So, again, tie game at 14 here in the 2nd quarter now. Oh, shit, we got a turnover. Okay. 2-minute drill here. 3rd and 3. Let's go for a little short pass. Again, the biggest thing here is just to score points, so I will take a field goal if I need to. But Antonio Brown's going to pick up that 1st. Oh, my God, he got laid out. So on the 24 here, it's going to... Okay, now we're on the 1. Beautiful. See if we can't run it in here with Thomas Rawls for a 2nd touchdown. The only thing I'm worried about on this play is Bud Dupree. And he does actually get past his blocker, but somebody picks him up, and we're going to make it into the end zone for Rawls' 2nd touchdown. See if we can get another stop. Come on, defense. Hold it. All right, they do. Okay. Okay, defensive battle going on. Make the stop. Oh, God. Fuck. Tie game. No. What? No. Oh, come on. Oh, my God. Madden. Madden. You're doing me dirty with this. Okay. This is ridiculous. Actually, all right. I don't like... I kind of do like this, actually. Because Kenny Stills is about to be wide open. All right. Let's see if we can go tie the game up. This is a big drive, obviously. All right, Anunwa. Oh, you fuck. Oh, my God. Hit the ground. Jesus, that made me nervous. All right. 3rd and 2. Let's pick up this 1st. I believe Antonio Brown should be open. See if he ends up being open. Oh god, that was. Tell me he got the first. Tell me he got the fucking first. Yes, it's lit. All right, corner strike. I do very much like this play. I'm looking at Anunwa at the moment. I'm still looking at Anunwa. Oh yeah. I don't know why he had to come back for that shit though. That's not how I wanted him to play that ball. Okay, what am I doing? Let's run it. It's 2nd and 2. All right, let's see if I can get the first here up the middle and more. Okay, Thomas Rawls. All right, so we're up to the 41 now with 2.5 minutes to go. I do have to score a touchdown, so I'm not going to really waste any time just yet. Oh, man. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, Stills. All right, good catch, good catch. I was looking at Nunwa at first, but he seemed to be covered pretty well. So here's the 2-minute warning. We are at the 29-yard line. Let's see here. It's very possible that Anunwa or Brown will be wide open. And neither of them are. Oh, God. Oh, my God, that hit. Holy shit. Okay. Antonio Brown got laid the fuck out. All right. Let's try something else. Let's go for this again. All right, Kenny Stills, wide open. All right, still got 1:50. I'm going to start wasting some time here. See if I can run the clock down a little bit because I don't want to give them very much time at all if I can help it. All right. Ah, shit. Okay, that didn't work. All right. Let's do this. Let's see if the little crossing route, that short crossing route is going to be open. Or Safarian Jenkins, actually. Oh, Safarian Jenkins is going to be open. First down. First and goal on the 1. All right. I can waste a little bit of time, I think. Actually, I really don't want to. Okay, let's go back to the halfback toss here. And we're going to flip it. Go to the left side. Alright. I should be able to get in, I think. I don't want to give them a ton of time is the thing. Although, actually, it looks like they're heavy blitzing. I'm just going to run it, though. I think if I sent Anunwa on a slant, he would have easily gotten in. But Rawls is going to take it in for his 3rd touchdown of the game. And I swear to God, if Justin Myers misses the extra point. All right, tie game, OT. I'm on offense. Okay. Sometimes the play the moment thing really confuses me, and I don't know if I'm on offense or defense, but we're going to take the ball down the field here, and we're going to score a touchdown. All right, Antonio. Okay. 3 yards, but that's not a terrible gain on first. Let's see if we can't throw it deep here. Haven't really gone deep this game. I've just been doing a lot of dink and dunk type of short passes. So let's see if I can... Ah, fuck me. Well, probably should have not thrown that. Yeah, and we lose. Shit. Alright, this is still muted. My God. So unfortunately, I kind of fucked us there. So we're going to be moving on to a Season 5. And I wonder who's in the Super Bowl, actually. Texans and Seahawks. Alright. Well, I'll see you guys in the offseason. So here at the draft, I did not sign anybody in free agency, and I realized that I definitely should have because we only have two corners on the roster. So with this trade, I have three third round picks because I traded back a couple times last year. I'm going to be sending them all to the Rams for Kendall Fuller, who is going to be our slot corner for the time being. And I really don't have a ton of players scouted in this draft. So actually, yeah, I really don't. So I'm probably going to, after this pick, and it's just going to be this fullback. He is superstar. I'm going to sim the rest of it. Although I did, oh, whoops, I did get a quite a nice left end, which you'll see in just a second. Got him in the third round, maybe second. No, second round. I had like the 27th pick, so I got him with my pick in the second round. And he turned out to be the eighth best player in the draft, so I guess he got an injury. But with my first pick, I took Jose Marino, a center, and he's not bad, but I mean, there's not much I can really do to propel us to a Super Bowl win this year with this draft class. But this defensive end is really nice, though. And then this fullback has superstars. That's the only reason I took him. But on to season number 5 and what will be the final season, where hopefully we'll finally make it. Wait, where did we make it 2 years ago? We may have made it to the conference championship. I don't remember. But hopefully we'll just make it to the damn Super Bowl. That'd be nice. So here at the start of the regular season, we're going to set our season goal, and obviously it's going to be make the Super Bowl because we really need to. And if the Steelers beat me again, I swear I'm just going to lose my shit. So this is going to be the final team for year number 5. If you want to take a closer look, feel free to pause. That was the offense, and this is the defense. I did re-sign Sam Shields. He was a free agent after the draft, so I took him back. And yeah, this is what the team is looking like. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go straight to the midseason now. Oh my God. So here at the midseason, we're 4-3, which is still at the top of our division, but that is like what? Taking a look at stats. Oh my God, what the hell? 9 touchdowns. Trubisky, what have you done? Where did the MVP caliber Mitch Trubisky go? And this is your contract year, too. You're playing like shit. Thomas Rawls is doing pretty well, though. Receiving's down because Trubisky's ass. Sacks are actually a little bit higher than midseason last year, I think. Defensive sacks, a little bit down as well. Kind of disappointing. I think, at this point, I think it might just be that the offensive linemen in the league have gotten so good that sacks are probably down all over the place. And I'm not at all worried about the Rookie of the Year stuff at this point because I don't even really have any starters. I just have this one dude and the fullback. So I don't know, like, I'm going to use some XP because I don't know really where this team is going wrong other than the corners because I know they're ass. And I think I definitely waited too long to actually draft corners, but I really was not in a position to get a solid one until the draft that I actually got both of these guys. So it's very unfortunate. Hopefully it doesn't end up costing us a Super Bowl run, but we'll see what happens. Trubisky, I mean, I suppose I'll use your XP. I'm not even going to worry about re-signing anybody because it is the last season anyway. So, yeah, not worried about that. But Trubisky's a 97 overall, and he's thrown 9 touchdowns and 7 picks on the year, like just trying to match his overall numbers or something. But let's just go to the playoffs, and like we better make it. All right, so here at the playoffs, at least we did make it. We ended up going 13-3. All right, keep in mind we were 4-3 at the midseason, so we won out That is impressive. And, okay. Let's actually take a look. We got quite a bit of XP along the offensive line. Take a look. Oh my god. Oh my god. This might be probably the best second half of a season ever. He threw 22 touchdowns and 6 picks, as well as over 2,000 yards in the second half of the season. Very good second half out of Trubisky, really playing for that contract that I did not even sign him to. So 4,700 yards, 33 touchdowns, 13 picks, 71% for him. Thomas Rawls, 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns. He was probably one of the best pickups I've made throughout this entire rebuild. Bo Scarborough, 400 yards, 12 touchdowns. Austin Safarian Jenkins led the team in receiving. That's sad. That is so sad. I have Antonio Brown and Austin Safarian Jenkins led the team. But anyway, he had 95 catches for 1,000 yards and 4 touchdowns. Quincy Enunwa, 80 catches, 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. Antonio Brown, 80 catches, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's really regressing, which sucks. Kenny Still, 72 for 1,011 touchdowns. As for blocking, not terrible. I think it might be marginally better than last year. Darren Lee led the defense with 138 tackles. Leonard Williams had a very solid second half as well, ending up with 12 sacks. Harold Landry with 7 interceptions, led by Darren Lee with 3. Kendall Fuller, Deion Bush, Matt Stoutmeyer, and Calvin Pryor each had 2 picks. Derwin James had 1. And we had at least 1 defensive touchdown. We had 2. Kendall Fuller and Calvin Pryor each had 1. That is very nice. We ended up being the best offense in the league. And the 4th best defense. All right, so the team is really actually coming together. Zach English of the Texans wins MVP. Mitch Trubisky comes in 4th. Thomas Rawls comes in 6th. That's nice to see. And Todd Bowles finally wins Coach of the Year for finishing with a 13-3 record. But in the AFC, Le'Veon Bell wins Offensive Player of the Year. Thomas Rawls actually finishes ahead of Mitch Trubisky. In 4th place, Trubisky comes in 6th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Darren Lee. Or doesn't go to Darren Lee, goes to Avery Williamson. What am I talking about? Darren Lee does come in 4th, though. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Madison Sears, our fullback, comes in 3rd. And I don't actually know who that is. Okay. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to some guy that the Dolphins drafted. We didn't have our guy up there. Best QB goes to Zach English. Of course, he won MVP. Although with Madden's logic, I would have thought that Roethlisberger would have won the fucking best quarterbacks. This game is backwards. Trubisky comes in 3rd, though. Best running back goes to Le'Veon Bell. Thomas Rawls comes in 2nd. Best receiver goes to Martavis Bryant. Kenny Stills comes in 6th. Best O-line, Shaq Mason at 1. Brandon Scherf at 4. Best D-line, Khalil Mack wins it. Leonard Williams comes in 9th. Best LB goes to Justin Houston. Darren Lee comes in 9th. Best DB goes to Stephon Gilmore. We don't have anybody up there. And best kicker goes to Chris Boswell. So the Steelers are really kind of sweeping the awards out here. And our kicker was not up there. Well, that sucks. So I've got a whole bunch of XP to spend, and I swear to God if we're taking on the Steelers. The Bills, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to use this XP, and then we'll get into the game. Alright, so after using everybody's XP, Trubisky is up to a 99, Rawls is up to a 91. The O-line is looking much, much better. Defensively, not much has changed. Our corners went up a little bit. Linebackers went up a little bit. But let's get into the game. I'm going to skip the training, play the moments. So the Bills went 10-6. We, of course, went 13-3. We're up to a 90 overall now, and they're an 83. So we better be moving on. Or, jeez, I don't even know. But I can tell you, I will not be happy if we lose to the freaking Bills. So the first moment here is going to come on a 3rd and 10. And we'll see what we can do with this. I don't think I'm ever going to use this play again after throwing a pick against the Steelers last year. Let's go for this angle play. and I don't even know how well this is going to work. It's basically Safarian Jenkins or bust, and it's going to be a bust. Let's go to the rookie, and he does pick up the first down. So that Nagy or whatever guy that finished like fifth for rookie of the year that was on the team, he is our backup tight end. Oh shit! It's a fucking 3rd and 2, and I'm doing a deep pass. All right, let's actually do this. See if we can't get it to Antonio, and we can. Should have been able to bounce it outside and get around Darby. It would have been a touchdown. That would have been nice. But we are in the red zone now. 1st and 10 on the 19. Let's try to establish the run a little bit. Run it to the right side. Oh boy. Okay, that did not work whatsoever. Let's go a different direction. Let's go for this. Or actually not. Oh boy. Alright. Let's go for the corner route. See who's going to be open. Nobody. And we got 3 yards. Alright. So we're back to where we started. 3rd and 10. And let's go for Saints out. Oh, thank God this the Titans beat the Steelers. I don't have to worry about them if we oh shit. Oh God. I thought that was a pick. Oh man. All right. Well, I'll take the field goal. And that's right down Broadway. All right. So we take the lead, 3-0 here in the first. And with our next moment here, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 19 in the red zone. We're going to try a little screen pass to Thomas Rawls here. Okay. Oh, no. That did not work out at all. Probably should have waited another second and read that a little better, but what are you going to do? All right. Let's send Antonio Brown on a streak, even though his streaking days are over. Oh, shit. Maybe shouldn't have done that. Probably was not the best move. And they score a touchdown, of course, and we're going to punt it away, but 2-minute drill. All right, we need a score here. Got a minute and a half before halftime. Let's just stick with this. Go to Anunwa. Couldn't break the tackle, but we do gain 4 yards. Oh, that stat line is ugly from Trubisky so far. All right. I can't really fully blame him, though. That pick is my fault, after all. I'm thinking Antonio Brown's going to be open, but I'm not sure. But he kind of is. All right. I'll take it. What do we want to do here? Let's go for this. And oh shit! Oh my God, that was. Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm going to lose us this game. This is no bueno. Kick a field goal. Ah, you fuckers. Alright. We need a score. Really bad. Really, really bad. Let's not throw a pick this time. Ah, Jesus. Alright, Thomas Rawls. You want to bounce it out? And bounce it out again. Oh, get in the end zone. Ah, you bastard. Tackle me on the 1. Alright. Let's run a halfback toss to the left, and this should... oh, I almost pressed A on that. That would have been bad. Alright. We should be getting in here, I would think. And we do. So Thomas Rawls is going to have himself the first touchdown for us. And we're going to be down by 4. Hopefully the defense can stop them, and they do. What happened? Field goal. What? Oh, we went for two. Oh, Todd Bowles. Fucking Riverboat Ron out here. And perfect field goal, too. So we tie him up here at the start of the fourth. All right. We're in a much better spot than I thought we were. Come on, defense. Come on, defense. Come on. Stop them. Please. All right. Okay. We can take our time here. We got 2.5 minutes. Just got to kick a field goal to tie it. Although I really don't want to go to OT. Oh, shit. Oh, God. That was ugly. Very, very, very ugly. Okay. It's probably best that I actually got hit as I threw that. So going with the corner route here. Let's see. Go to Antonio Brown for the first. 3rd and inches? Oh, get the hell out of here. All right. Going to go to the rookie fullback. Give him a little fullback dive right up the middle. Get all up in them guts. All up in them guts. Oh, my God, first. All right, so we're about to hit the 2-minute warning on the 38. Like I said, we just need a field goal to tie it. And we can go to OT, and hopefully I won't throw a pick like last time. What do I want to do here? I'll run the corner route on both sides. Anunwa, break. Stiff arm that bitch. Oh, hell yeah. Alright, let's waste some time. Let's waste some time. Quite a bit of time, to be honest. Gonna run the ball a little bit, actually. At least on this play. See if Bo Scarborough can get anything going up. Oh, God. No blocking. No blocking whatsoever. That was disgusting. Alright. So, we may be in field goal range. I don't exactly know. But I really want to get closer. And, oh, God. Okay. I didn't think Darby was going to play it like that, or I wouldn't have thrown it. Alright, Saints out. We just need some yards. Got to make sure we get in field goal range here. This should hopefully work. Okay. Shit. Well, this ain't good, boys. This ain't good. 57-yarder. Alright. Oh, boy. Oh, no, don't block. No way. No way. Oh, my God. Madden fucked us. Madden fucking fucked us, boys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And that's how the rebuild ends. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. Oh. Oh, boy. Ooh. Well. About time for me to be hitting the old dusty trail as a head coach, I think. That was one hell of a disappointing way to go out. Sorry I'm not talking. I'm just kind of in shock. That sucked. Although, in all honesty, I played like shit that game, so I can't entirely not fault myself. But I'm still in shock from that. So anyway, unfortunately, we did not get the end result that we were hoping for. However, I would like to point out that we have made the playoffs 3 years running. So It's not a failure, but it's not a success. Did not win the Super Bowl, but I would say I have pretty much rebuilt the Jets pretty well. Um, could not take us to the promised land though. Probably could have made some other moves, but I didn't really feel like some of the moves I thought about making were not realistic enough for my liking. Also, the corner situation, I just waited too long. But I hope you guys did enjoy that video, or this video rather. I need to drive back to school in about an hour, so I kind of rushed the last season just a tad. But this video is already long enough as it is. So if you guys did enjoy, leave a like if you want to. If you didn't, leave a dislike if you want to. And let me know in the comments what you guys think about the realistic rebuilds. I know it's going to be a lot longer of a video than you guys are used to, but it's just kind of, it's 5 seasons compared to 3. So that's where that's going to come into play. But, so yeah, either leave a comment letting me know how you guys feel about it, or you could tweet at me. Either way, link to my Twitter is in the description. Shameless plug. Go follow me. But anyway, like I said, hope you guys did enjoy, and I will catch you guys in the next one.